In this video, I'm going to look at importing data into Excel from a database. And Excel has the capability of importing information from databases like Access or Oracle or SQL Server, as well as others. So what I'm going to look at mostly is importing from Access, and Access is the database management program that comes with the Office suite. So to start out with, I'm going to go to the Data tab, to the Get External Data group, and I'm going to get information from Access. And here I'm selecting my data source, and so I'm going to navigate to my data source. And once I find it, I'll click on it and click Open. Now this dialog box is showing me all of the objects in the database. A database is made up of different objects like queries and tables and so forth. So the table that I am looking for is patient info. So I'm going to click on that and click OK. Then I have some options here for how I want to import that information, and I want to import it as a table, and I do want to put it in cell A1, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So this imports the entire patient info table. But I can also use Microsoft Query to import just parts of a table. And a query is a way of mining the data in a database to pull out specific bits of info. So again, I'm going to start out by going to the Data tab, to the Get External Data group, and I'm going to choose from other sources, and I'm going to choose from Microsoft Query. And here I can choose my data source, and you can see some different types here. I'm going to choose MS Access Database and click OK. Now, when you do this, it's important to have that file in the folder that you're working in so that Excel can find it. So this is the file that I want. It's the Excel Lesson 14 database. So I'm going to select that and click OK. And once again, it shows me all of the objects in the table, and I'm going to use the patient info table again. So I'm going to click on it to select it, and then I'm going to click the expand button next to it. And this list here is a list of the fields that are included in that table. So for my query, I want to get the person's first name, their last name, their city, their state, and their phone number. So I'm choosing only the fields that I want to import. Then I'm going to click Next. And here I can filter the data. So I'm going to filter on the state, and I'm going to have the state equal, and then I'm going to choose Texas. And then I'm going to click Next, and this is the sort order, so I can tell Excel how to sort this once it imports. So I am going to sort by the last name in ascending order, and then click Next. And then this is the Finish screen, and it wants to know what I'd like to do next, and I would indeed like to return the data to Microsoft Excel, so I'm going to click Finish. Then I get the Import Data dialog box, so I can make choices about how I want this imported, what kind of an object, and where I want it imported. So I'm going to go with the default table, and I do want to place it in cell A1, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And there's the information from the patient info table for the patients who live in Texas with just the fields that I specified. And you'll notice that it was imported so that the records were sorted in ascending order by the person's last name. So that is importing data into Excel from Access.